Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Influence Me. Today, I have three special guests with us today. We got Royal Boys and Royal Girls Creation in the house. Thank you guys for being here. You guys are a little nervous, huh?
Just a little bit, but of course, thank you so much for having us. We're all super excited, a little nervous, pero poquito poquito se nos va a pasar.
We're about to take some shots. Para que se
Yes,
les quite.
please, maybe like two.
So let's start by introducing yourself. That way the audience knows who you guys are and what you guys do.
Okay.
Let's start with you.
Yes, hi everyone. My name's Paola. I am the owner and choreographer of Royal Boys Creations and Royal Girls Creations. We have been around since 2015. Not only do we offer the choreography for your quinceañeras, sweet 16s, weddings, you name it, whatever. We specialize in that, and not just choreography, we also offer chambelán and dama rentals.
Hello, everybody. I'm Alondra, and I'm the OC captain. I've been in the Royal Boys Creation team since 2020. Right before the pandemic hit,
Okay.
I joined. So, yeah, it's been a while.
Hey everybody, my name is Miguel, and I've been in the Royal Boys Creations group for at least 3 years already. 2019. So
2019.
I joined.
So you're a dancer.
Yeah,
one of the
I'm
dance-
Vista. I'm from San Diego.
Okay, San Diego. Okay.
So we have like separate, we call them chapters, different areas. So we cover San Diego and OC. So Miguel's my captain for the San Diego side, and then Alondra is my captain for the
Okay.
Orange County side.
So let's talk a little bit about your backstories and how this whole team came about. So was it first the choreography that you started with, and then you guys started with this company, or how did everything start?
Yeah, so initially it first started off just as choreography for a prima, amiga, just from there. And then from there just started building on more to it. We did, of course, and we know a lot of quinceañeras struggle, like, oh, I can't find chambelanes, my primo no quiere salir, el vecino de la comadre no quiere salir, o están allí de mala gana. So we came up with the idea, of course, of training kids that, of course, have the passion to dance and to be part of the team. So this started back in 2015. The team runs on a promise and a dream. So we no longer have with us my sister-in-law. She's watching us from heaven. So it's a promise that we made to her to help the kids from, I guess you can say, like from the barrio, help them stay out of trouble. She left us with a beautiful baby boy. And of course, she wants us, of course, to care for him and show him the right way. Therefore, we're taking on this adventure to help the youngsters stay out of the streets, stay out of trouble, and inspiring them, not just by dancing, but we try to do also like life lessons. And ultimately, we just became a big family, and we're very lucky to be well known in the quinceañera world.
Wow, how many total do you guys have?
Like members?
Yeah.
It changes year from year.
Okay.
Just because generally, like after high school, my kids either, go off to college, jobs, get enlisted into the Army, and different, destinies that they have. So it changes year from year. This year we have about, I want to say 15 to 20 kids.
Okay.
I lose
Wow.
track.
Wow.
I lose track. There's a lot, but guys and
There's a
girls, that we love to take on. And it's just, I call it, like a beautiful journey, because they're starting as younger teens and we watch them grow into younger adults, and then just see what, the future holds for them, as well as them being part of our
Right. And how does it become captains? Because I noticed you guys use those definitions. What is the difference between a captain and a regular dancer, I would assume? How does that work?
So of course we give the leadership position to our captains, which would be the ones on the team the longest, the ones that we see that are the most responsible. But because believe me, we have some kids que no llegan a tiempo, nos echan mentiras. Oh, ahora no quiero ir, o no puedo, no me dejaron ir, la mentira. But then we realize they're out, I don't know, doing something else.
Posting on Instagram?
Yeah, no, exactly, and that's how we find them. And then they
They
think,
always find out.
we
Always.
do. They think I'm gonna make this private story. I'm not gonna include the choreographers, pero
She got you guys on
van
location.
haciendo like
No,
their
yeah.
stories, and they forget that we're friends with them. We're friends with them. And we end up finding out. So it's just a big responsibility, being responsible, being dedicated, especially just because having the kids on the team, they sacrifice a lot.
Yeah.
Like we're together Sundays. We start our Sunday rehearsals anywhere from about 7 a.m. and we can go on to 8 p.m.
Wow.
So it just depends how many quinceañeras we do. So it's like they're sacrificing the teenager life. You know, I'm
Yeah.
sure that, you know, that we had going to the movies, parties, you know, as
Parties.
teenagers, según nosotros
House
as
parties.
teenagers, behind our parents' backs
Yeah.
or whatever. But yeah, they sacrifice a lot, and you know, of course, no los tenemos de fuerza, but it's I know they have the passion for dancing, and they become close with each other. Son hermanos. I'm about to tell their parents, like, next time I come to practice, I need their social security number. My taxes. Like, that's how much time they spent with
That's crazy.
me. Yeah,
Right.
but no, it's just a beautiful bond. It's like a family. Pero también it's like, just like any family, you know, drama, peleas,
Yeah.
laugh, we cry,
Yep.
we argue, you name it. Ahí está.
It's a roller coaster, but a fun roller coaster.
What's the
Definitely.
most exciting part of being a dancer or being a captain?
I think the most exciting part would have to be like being able to create ideas with them. Like they all like their opinion. Our opinion matters a lot to them. So they do like encounter like me. Since there's a lot of girls, they'll all come to me, and it's such a more efficient and easier way to get like ideas through with Danny and Paula. Yeah.
How was your introduction to the team?
I found out by watching an expo, and I've seen them. I was like, oh my god, like, what the heck? Like, I was amazed. I literally have
Girl
a video,
fanning moment.
like girl fanning. Like, I was screaming from the audience,
Wow.
like, oh my god, the Royal Boys. Like, I was obsessed.
Probably low-key had a crush on some of the boys. Low-key. Just
Maybe. No. But yeah, I was just like super like a fangirly moment. That's when I like fully got introduced to them, because I would see them on Instagram and like stuff like that. So I would always be like, oh my god, like I love this. Like it looks like a family. You can see it from the videos. You can feel the vibe and everything. So after that, I like started following them and everything like that. And I seen that they post a casting, and I was like to my mom, you have to take me to this.
Wow.
And my mom was like, okay, like mi ma me sigue el rollo con lo que yo
Yeah.
quiera. So she was like, okay, yeah, like, let's go. We went, and I was super nervous because I've never like
Llegó temblando.
I was like this little girl, like so like shy. And I was just like, oh my God. And dancing in heels. They wanted us to dance in heels.
The first time?
I've
try
never,
out.
Wow.
I never danced in heels. I was always a botas girl. I always
Because they're
wore
Ranchero.
botas to like everything. Like it was always botas, and I was like, oh my God, how am I gonna how am I gonna dance in heels? And the only heels that I had were my modeling heels. So I was like, okay. So I took it. I took the chance. Everything. It was perfectly fine. It was like if I was a natural like born with heels or something on my
the
feet.
girl that broke her heel during tryouts?
No, that was another girl.
Okay, sorry. That was another girl that broke her heel.
yeah.
Calling her out.
Never mind.
Another girl broke her heels during tryouts. It was funny, but she pulled through. So she kept
Did she at least make the cut? The girl that broke the heels?
Unfortunately, no.
Oh wow. Damn. That sucks.
no.
But we remember you.
We
And we would
remember
love,
you.
you know, to have you come back, try out again.
No, but yeah, so that's how I got introduced by casting and everything. So after that, I was always texting one of the captains from previous, and I was like, when am I gonna find out? When am I gonna find out? When am I gonna find out? I was always texting her. I was
She's
like,
committed.
oh my God, I think they're annoyed of me. And I would text the page, and I would like be like, when am I gonna find out? When am I gonna find out? And then I tried out with another girl, and she had texted me. She was like, oh, I made it. I was like, oh man.
Damn.
I haven't gotten a text. I don't think I made it. And then, like, literally, like, after I said that, they texted me. They're like, welcome to Chapter 5. You're now part of the royal family. And I was like, I made it too. And now I literally started crying. Like, I was just so excited. Like, I was really, like, looking forward to this because this was such a fangirling moment. I never, like, imagined I was going to be able to, like, do that. Like,
Were you into dancing as like?
yeah,
young?
always. Since I was small, I was always la niñita que estaba bailando en la pista. I was never the girl to be sleeping on the chairs. Never.
At the typical Mexican party.
Yeah, right.
Never. I was always the center of attention, siempre bailando. A mí me encanta bailar, yeah. I love
Crazy. What about you?
She be jerking during the practice.
that. No, yeah.
What about you? How was your introduction to it?
I mean, I got introduced by my cousin. He was a captain. Shout out Diego. Curly hair. Everyone knows him like that. So he was my cousin. Well, he is my cousin. He was. Yeah, he's my cousin. He introduced me to it. Everyone we would go to school together. Everyone was like, "Damn, bro, like you're a Roy boy." Like everyone like looked up to him, like in a way. So me like wanting to follow his footsteps was like, oh, I want to be like him, And then that's how I got introduced, looked up to him and like I enjoyed it. Like I enjoyed dancing.
Right.
Like, but me personally, before I never knew how to dance. Like, I didn't know how to dance like a single anything.
Yeah.
I did not know anything.
So
I
how
was
did you
a
make the
soccer
cut?
kid. I was a soccer kid.
Oh, okay,
I
okay.
was a soccer kid. I have a passion for soccer, so that's it. But slowly I learned it, and I got the rhythm down. So I mean, that's how it got to me. Like I would see them do the steps, and I'd be like, hey, I want to do that, So I wanted to be like them, and that was my goal, to become a bachatero. That's what
That was
KOB in the
Jeez.
house.
yeah, that's what I wanted to be. That's what I wanted to do.
KOB.
So, but yeah, I mean, when the boys come up to me, like I'm the oldest out of my siblings, so I kind of be like I'm the older brother.
Mm.
I want to lead the way for them and
And set an
kind
example.
of like set an example.
Mm.
Like get the stuff done, be responsible, mature, and be someone that everyone wants to be around.
Right.
Have that energy, like you, like hey, like you're that one kid,
Yeah.
Like, have that energy, like that's me. Fun. Think of fun. That's me.
Yeah. Always
I like
joyful, energetic.
fun.
That's dope. That's dope. Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure you need that. I'm a videographer for quinceañeras and weddings, and I'm gonna be honest with you. It's hard to shoot quinceañeras because everyone has such different attitudes. There's some quinceañeras that are super outgoing. There's some chambelanes that are super outgoing. There's also some chambelanes and some quinceañeras that sometimes don't have great days, to say it in a nice way. And the chambelanes are sometimes obviously también. So how hard has that been for you to kind of, I'm not gonna say deal, but work with chambelanes or work with people that or kids that sometimes grow up in different circumstances and maybe go through different situations and sometimes have those different attitudes?
Yeah, so I mean, we have worked with different quinceañeras where they have some of our chambelanes and some of their chambelanes. We just try to have the guys really like talk to them kind of like on their level, just I guess you would say kind of like teenager to teenager, like, hey, do you need help with something? Like, let me help you. Wait, this is how you do the turn. This is how you do the step. There's just so much that we can do. I mean, unfortunately, there are some kids que están ahí a la fuerza porque es mi prima o es mi hermana.
Yeah.
But we just, have to find like different solutions like that, have the kids talk to them one-on-one, or a lot of the times they just say, teacher, can you put me in the back? Sure.
Yeah.
Let me put you in the back. That way, they have someone in front to follow. So just stuff like that. And then same thing with the quinceañeras. We have some that are super excited. Oh my God, I'm a quinceañera. I'm excited to dance. The Royal boys, the Royal girls, my damas. And then we do have, of course, some quinceañeras that don't want a quinceañera. It's the parents.
Yeah.
Quieren la fiesta.
Yeah.
So ellas están allí de fuerza. But other than that, it's been good and bad experiences. I'm guessing, from every standpoint, every, job, like you said, we have our good, we have our bad, pero it's like, it's what we love to do. And, if everything was easy, life would be boring. So there's just some small challenges that are
right.
at us.
No, and I'm gonna tell you something. For those of you who don't know, she is actually teaching my daughter and her chambelanes the choreography for their dance. And I was trying to practice with them, and I was like, hey, like, all right, I'm gonna teach you guys something that I learned back in the day when I was a chambelán.
De nuestros tiempos.
And then I was like, and then I started teaching them, and you have to have so much patience. You have to have so much patience, and I'm not a teacher. I have rhythm though, And I don't know. That's the next question that I had. Now teaching these kids, and when they audition and they you guys do the casting, is it sometimes hard to teach rhythm? Is it do you guys take it step by step? Like, how does that process work? Because I couldn't get that. I couldn't get them to do a simple step.
It's hard. I'm not gonna lie. But like when kids come to casting, I feel, I've been dancing since I was in high school, many, many years ago. So once kids come and audition, I kind of have I don't want to say like connection, but you can kind of see like, you know, van a tener ritmo, you know, practice more at home and then come back and try later. It is hard just to get everyone on the same page, but you just kind of have to work with, you know, their weaknesses and their strengths and try to pull everyone together, especially, you know, being in the quinceañera. We want to make sure, you know, the dances look good.
Yeah.
It's what you're paying for.
What about for you guys? Is it hard sometimes to teach, to lead, to, you know, be that example as captains?
Well, sometimes it's difficult just because it's just like, oh my God, for somebody that knows how to dance, you get frustrated easily. Again, like if you're not a teacher, you get easily frustrated because you're like, it's just a simple dance move. Like, why can't you do it?
Right.
But you don't see like, not everybody can like dance. Not everybody gets that rhythm. It takes like practice. So it's kind of like in the middle, just because now I learned to like break it down and like be more able to, more patient and more able to explain it to them like with patience and everything like that. So most definitely at first it was like hard, but now it's like something that's like kind of easy.
Like for me, I feel like going over it at least once and showing them, and then they see it from their point of view. But for me, I always tell them, hey, like, don't worry, you know, like it's okay. Like you're gonna mess up. We're not perfect. I'm not perfect. You know, I'm not the best. I'm not the best. You know, I'm here to teach you, and we're gonna keep going until we get it down. It's not gonna happen right away. You know, everyone has different levels. You know, everyone has different way of thinking. You know.
And that's the next question that I had. Do you guys collab with each other in terms of like, okay, because obviously I was telling you earlier that I was teaching them a dance that I used to do, and like times change. You know, you have their traditional dances, but then obviously the older we get as you know, old people, the younger crowds like moving up, but they're listening to different styles of music. They're listening to different styles of culture. So how difficult is that to be switching? Do you guys collab with the young people? How is that?
Well, of course, you know, like you mentioned, cambian los tiempos, los estilos, what the youngsters listen to and do and trends or whatever. But we try to do castings as often as we can. And once we get more, you know, younger crowd in, you know, we're like, hey, you know, what's in? Like, you know, we want to be, you know, what's in.
Yeah.
We can't be. I can't be stuck teaching what I was first teaching when I first started, porque cambian los tiempos. But that's kind of, you know, what we do for the castings. We look for, you know, younger people as well, you know, so we can all grow together. I'll learn from them and they'll learn from me. So give and take.
So being in this industry, obviously I'm a vendor and I work with a lot of different vendors and companies. How difficult or how easy has it been working with companies like that, you know, as a vendor?
Well, we did, I guess, at one point work with several major, big, well-known companies in the quinceañera world. But I feel like, you know, us as vendors, them as, you know, different specialty, everyone I feel like can be like on a different page. So it's kind of hard to have the same, like, I guess, mindset. So we felt like it's, you know, better off for us to just be independent and move forward.
Okay. Talk to me a little bit about more of the upbringing of the company. I want to go a little bit more in detail on why is it that this company came about and what is it that motivates you guys to continue to teach the young youth?
Yeah, so it goes back to the purpose, the promise, you know, that we've made to help the kids stay out of, I guess you would say, the barrio, keeping them out of trouble. And the kids, they're like motivation to us as well, you know. They're like my kids. We just grow close as a family. And yeah.
I feel like me, like Paola and Danny, I see them as second father figures, you know. Me, I grew up with just my mom. I didn't have my dad. So when, like, if I mess up on something and I let them down, it like kind of kills me inside, you know. 'Cause they're parents to me, and I let them down in a way, you know. So I feel like everything I do, it matters. So I don't like to let them down. Like, I feel like I'm not perfect either.
Right.
But I tend to be responsible and get stuff done on time and make sure it's done the right way.
Right. How does that feel, knowing that you have such an impact on these kids and knowing how much like you mean to them?
It just feels like, wow, like I'm important to someone. Like I don't have kids of my own. and it just feels really powerful. I mean, good thing at the end of the day they don't come home with me, so I'm like, here are your kids back. I'm done with them. But it's just a wonderful feeling that I'm as inspiration to them. I try to help them in every way possible. You know, the power's in my hands, I try to help.
Right. So moving forward, what is it that you guys plan to do with the company? What is it that you guys have goals for this team?
Yes. So of course, we would love to expand to out of states. Texas is the world of quinceañeras. It's like quinceañeras on steroids, in other words. Big parties, big everything. That's just the big state of quinceañeras. We got invited to perform at a Quinceañera Expo this coming January, so we're excited to. It's gonna be our first expo out of state, so kind of leave our footprint there, and then I hope from there open more doors. And keep traveling, not just out of state, but out of the country, just be well known, and maybe in the future start having different dance teams like all across the U.S.
So I want to touch a little bit more in the details of what you guys do. Because, I mean, from our standpoint or from my standpoint, it's like you guys rent the chambelanes out and they dance with the quinceañera. Now, does that mean that the quinceañera is like sometimes part of it, sometimes not? Of the dance, or how does that, or is it more like a show? How does that work?
We do both ways. So for them to be part of the team, it's like extracurricular activity. So it's not a paid, paying him to be here, not paying her to be here. They, of course, get the dance experience, extracurricular activities. Sometimes for their school, it counts as PE or extra credit.
Okay.
We are able to write out letters for their schools. But it goes both ways. We have had some clients say, hey, we want, you guys to put on a show. So we bring in our chambelanes, they put on a show for the quinceañera. Or we do have the quinceañera dance with the chambelanes. Like, ahora tengo mi hermano que va a ser chambelán de honor, but I need 4 more chambelanes. So that's where the guys come in y le completamos su corte de honor. Now, not only chambelanes, damas have been into, I want girls too. So the damas come in place too. So either or.
Is there any ever like push and shove when it comes to, girls or guys?
I mean, I feel like it's like we know like where we stand at. So like girls, I mean, obviously they have their dances. I mean, me personally, I think the girls dance better than us, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like they dance better than us,
Right.
But I mean, we know what we're gonna do, like we know what we do, what we're capable of.
Yeah. So right now, I mean, at that age, right? It's you get the boyfriend and girlfriend thing, and you get the whole crushes, and he's cute and she's hot and all this. Is that hard? Is that sometimes an inconvenience, or does that get in the way of your guys' work? She's laughing.
Well, I mean, why are we both all giggling over here? Like, what are we trying to say? Are we trying to tell people something?
No. Don't get ideas.
So, I guess you can say it has its pros and cons. We have had kids in the team date one another. But of course, once it gets to the point that they don't work out, the chambelan or the member starts forgetting his choreography, starts forgetting his outfits. Like, they're there, but they're not there because, they're heartbroken. They're teenagers. They're teenage love. Or we have had some at rehearsals when some of the kids just start arguing, como si fueran casados.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm not saying them, of course, I'm just like, but it's like, you guys calm down. Like, we're at practice. Like, you're in my house. Like,
right.
I run this place. Like, don't be raising your voice here. Like, vienen a practicar. Esa es una cosa. If you guys want to be in a relationship, by all means, who am I to tell you, yes, date this person? No, don't date this person. Pero I do, of course, once you come to practice, vienes a practicar. Yeah, you got to leave your heartbroken aside, your crush aside. Like, try to be focused what you're here for, and, the rest. And I feel like that kind of helps them, training them like for the real world. Like, I do have a 9 to 5 job aside of this. So if something goes wrong with my kids, if something's wrong with my client, I have to put all of that aside, and be there for my job. So I feel like little things like this, it's preparing them for the real world.
Right.
They're young.
What is your youngest and what is your oldest?
Yes. We just had, we did I'm not sure you're familiar or seen, pero a veces se hacen presentaciones de los 3 años.
Yeah.
As the mini quinceañera for a 3-year-old. So we did a choreography. They were celebrating her 4th birthday, I believe, pero se lo hicieron todo estilo de quinceañera with her chambelanes and everything. We invited her to be part of the group. She's now 7, so shout out to Ana Lee. You guys should check her out. She's amazing. She's such an amazing dancer. And my oldest would be at 18 because usually once they hit 18, they're graduating high schools. I got a job, moving out, college. So
is it hard to get? Because obviously, me for a job, right? To get videographers to come and work. I mean, I'm paying them. You know, is it hard to get kids into dancing? Is like over the years? I mean, I'm pretty sure like back in the day, it was a lot more easy. It was a little bit more like people want to do it, but I don't know. Is it? You can educate me on that part because I don't know if all the kids, how do I say it? Like are excited to be in a dance team. Have you found any like hardship on that?
We have had kind of seasons where we don't get as much turnaround of people trying out, but a lot of it's from word of mouth. Hey, my primo, my neighbor, they want to come dance. And then they've seen it for themselves that when we go out to an event, oh my God, there goes the Royal Boys at expos, at events. So it's like they want to be part of that. I'm not going to say fame, just like maybe like a little, but you know, you guys have been recognized at events, at expos, and can I take a picture? Or, you know, stuff like that. But no, it has its differences. But for the most part, you know, we've been able to pull through. Right now, we do have a pretty large group from 15 to 20-ish kids. And, you know, as they leave, we host more tryouts and try to like replace as we go.
Do you guys have a certain amount of quinceañeras you guys do per weekend, or is it just once a weekend and that's it? Like, do you guys have a certain, since you guys have a lot of.
Well, we have a lot of 15s, you know, but I mean, sometimes we go up to 5 15s per weekend.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it sounds hard, right? But I mean, we get it done. Like,
wow.
Our job, not a job, but like what we want to do is make the quinceañera's day, make her day. You know, it's a special day. We want her to remember it, and just dancing in front of the people out there, it feels good. You know, you have the attention. And then having the quinceañera giggle, you know, like, oh my God. Like,
Yeah.
Stuff like that makes me want to keep doing it, you know.
Do you think you'll pursue it after, you know, you're done with this team? Or do you think you'll continue this? How's
like I'll keep contributing to them.
Okay.
Like they're the group that brought me in, so why would I leave them hanging?
Right.
I want to go up with people who helped me to where I'm at now. I want to bring them along.
Have you had students or students? Have you had team members like go into like a professionally dancing now for like academies or schools or universities?
So we have had members that were part of the team for a while that are now starting their own choreography services, which, you know, to me, you know, that's amazing, you know, props to them. Like, hey, I showed them. But yeah, we have had some kids, you know, that take, you know, what they learn and put their own style to it and expand it. You know, we're just really proud of the ones that have done that.
So talking about them starting their own thing, has there been other teams or other companies that have tried to use your guys' dance moves? Because now we're living in the world of YouTube where you can research a lot of dance moves. I personally know a lot of quinceañeras or moms that don't have they don't have the funds. Shit, can you blow that fucking fly away? I personally know quinceañeras that don't have the funds, obviously, to pay for a choreographer, and obviously they look at YouTube videos. But for another company or for someone that you guys know, has that happened to you guys where they steal your guys', I guess, dances?
Yeah, I mean, it happens a lot. You know, I mean, social media plays a big role in it, and I feel like that's where, like, oh, if they do it, why can't I do it? Oh, they copy. I mean, you know, and it feels sometimes you're like, oh, like why can't you come up with your own stuff? You know, like, why do you have to follow? I mean, go ahead, you know, but like, give us credit for it. Because when you don't give credit to someone for something they did, how do you think they would feel?
Yeah.
I feel like that happens a lot too. Like, you'll be like, oh, like, I did that.
Right.
I should get the credit for
it. It happens too often, more than it should happen.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Like, we can literally be at the same event, and I'm like, wait, that's our whole routine, like right before we go on. And usually we like to close. So a lot of the dance teams go before us. And that's when I'm like, holy, like that's like
Yeah.
our whole routine. That's the boys' routine. That's our routine. That's our song. Those are our dance moves. Like it's okay to like get ideas from our dance moves, but not copy exactly more than half of the routine. That's where it's like, what? Like, why
Yeah.
are you copying?
Right.
Like a bring it on moment.
Yeah,
Like the
that's what I was
movie
about
Bring
to
It
say.
On.
Yeah,
We just recently experienced that at an expo.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
So going through that, does that mean that you like how often you guys have to change your guys' dance moves? Like how difficult is that? Like to be like, oh damn, like all right, so now we have to do something else. I mean, obviously not at the moment, but you know, after it's like, okay, is there a conversation where it's like, okay, now we need to switch all this because you know they already took that.
Like for example, these are jerseys. We have like baseball jerseys, and we noticed that other people have tried doing it. So now, if you go look at our page, Royal Boys Creations, we have sweaters. We have sweaters in different colors, and we came up with that. Thank God no one has stolen our ideas yet.
Yeah.
But we've seen these pop up a lot, and I feel like it brings the attention. So I feel like that's us.
Yeah.
Credit for it. So I feel like we're the ones who made it what it is now.
Does that feel good? I mean, to a certain extent, I mean, it sucks, you know, but does it feel good, like, for you guys as well, knowing that, oh, shit, like, we're doing something that people, like, it's, like, they want to copy. So, like, does that make you guys feel a little bit proud, like, to know that other people are stealing your guys' stuff in some way? I mean, I always look at the positive side on some of the things that,
Right.
like, obviously
No,
I go
yeah.
through things like that with my video stuff. Like, I see certain styles that I've done, same thing, you know, but does that make you guys feel some sort of way?
I think it does. Just because it's like, oh, like they look up to us. We would like to think like they look up to us, like, oh, they want to be us. They want to be in our spot, like in a good way. Like they really like enjoy how we dance, so they love how we dance, so they want to do it as well. Like it's like, so yeah, it does feel good. But then there's
Se
like,
pasan, a veces
yeah,
sí se
a veces se
pasa.
pasan, like. Se pasan, like way too much. Te pasas, Nico, te pasas. No, but for real, like to a certain point, it feels good, but que no se pasen de.
Yeah, and I feel like especially the same dance teams or the same choreographer, not just, you know, copying our routine, but now like our dress code. Like I get it, like, you know, if there's un choreographer y otro dance team, okay, you know, we give them inspiration,
right.
pero cuando it's the same one over and over again, it's like, come on.
Yeah.
You know, like you need to think outside of the box. Like we're killing ourselves thinking of bigger ideas to stand out, you know, with the kids, and for someone else just to come over and be like, oh, I did that. And it's like,
How did you guys have a pretty big following?
yes.
How did who's in charge of that promotion? Like who's in charge of the page? How did that page come about? How was there a particular moment where your page started taking off due to the expo? What was that?
So the page, we do have our captains run. So they are the ones that run the page. We noticed our increase of followers, not to be cocky, but our Quinceañera Expo in Anaheim, that was 2019.
Yep.
Where we had such an amazing performance, and I feel from there's where we really popped off, and you know, there's just no stopping from there. We're just really excited to keep moving on forward.
Have you guys done any collaborations like do with like celebrities? Do you guys work with anyone like that?
Not yet. I mean, you're probably like the first one.
I'm not a celebrity. I wish.
To us, you are.
you are.
To us,
we
you
look
are.
up to you. You know?
Thank you.
Your platform is amazing to us. We love your platform. You know, we love how you work, and we're blessed to do it with you first.
No, thank you. I appreciate you guys being here. Last question I have for you guys. When it comes down to like we mentioned a little bit about the boyfriend and girlfriend and all that, how does the parents deal with that, their kids going to the practices and, you know, like the late practices? I don't know how late you guys, like, how does that work with parents? Sometimes they get frustrated. My son was in a quinceañera, and sometimes he'll get home like at 11. I'm like, oh, come on, boy.
What are
Like,
they doing to you guys there?
I'm like, that's a little late.
Right. I feel like, you know, we try to, as the adult, try to have a good relationship with all the parents. You know, of course, me prestan sus hijos. Some of the parents are like, keep them as long as you need. Keep them outside of the house.
Yeah.
As long as I know they're with you, you know,
You build that trust with them.
Exactly. And, that's what we want. We want the parents to know, they're están en confianza con nosotros. But then we do get the parents that are like, oh, they could only be here a certain amount of time because they have stuff to do, which we get. But it's just a mixture of both. But overall, we try to have a good, positive relationship with all of the kids' parents.
Well, it's so dope to see what you're doing. It's so dope to see, and I feel their energy. I feel their vibe that they really, truly love working with you guys. I mean, you guys like work as a team. So congratulations on that. You guys are doing an amazing job. I was looking at your guys' dances. I mean, it looks like you guys put in a lot of work.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
But I appreciate you guys for being here. Hopefully they learned something from you guys. I'm going to leave their links down below. So if you guys want to go, make sure you guys go follow them. Make sure you guys go subscribe to their page, follow their TikToks. You guys have TikTok, right?
Yes.
We're going to leave everything down in the description below. So make sure you guys go ahead and do that. With that being said, is there anything you guys want to add? Promote?
Yes. Well, Adrian, we want to thank you on behalf of the team and, everyone affiliated with Royal Boys and Royal Girls Creation. We want to thank you for inviting us to be here. It's such an honor. And we have a little gift for you. And hopefully
wow.
you can open it in front of everyone.
This whole week has been gifts.
Míralo.
Oh, my birthday just passed, so.
Oh, it did.
Happy
late
late birthday.
Finally 21, right?
Oh, wow.
So we want you to feel included with us. And again, we appreciate it. And que lo modele.
Put it on. Put it on.
Que se lo ponga,
Que
que
dé
se
una
lo
vuelta. We got to show everyone.
I was going to compliment your guys'
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks.
You're part of the family now.
I'm going to put it over the hoodie that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
It's definitely a Royal Boy classic style.
All right. Rate his
All right,
outfit, guys, on a scale 1 to 10. I think it's a 10.
All right, guys, it's
10.
official. I'm part of the dance. We're going to start seeing some videos of me over there break
He's going to
dancing.
come in and dance with
Watch out.
us at least once or twice, Adrian. You
Special
have to come
guest
with
coming-
the team.
coming
Special
soon.
guest.
Special guest.
Definitely. And we'll let you pick the song. We'll be nice and we'll let you pick the song.
I'm gonna clip the video down. I'm gonna clip the video down below too. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate the gift. Thank you guys so much, and congrats and again, best wishes of luck to your guys' success.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so
Thank you for
much.
It
watching.
was an honor. It was
everyone.
an honor.
Thank you for having us.
All right, guys. See you guys in the next episode.
Bye.